and damaged antiques are waiting for when you arrive. Your scent hasn't faded, that hint of prestige, now it's keeping your memory alive. Yes, it keeps your memory alive.
New Tubbering album. Let's get into this shit. Right?
New Tubbering album.
New Tubbering album. Right. It's been in the works for a while. Like you started teasing the cover of it in May 28th.
You have the dates remembered on
that? I got notes. I got some It was a slow reveal. Tell us about that cover.
For the art in general on this, I was going for kind of a 70s prog rock look, is what originally I was going for, like the old Yes covers, or even 90s. You can go to like the Air cover. What is it, 97,000 hertz or what? I just kind of wanted that airbrushed sci-fi kind of old prog sci-fi look to the album, so that's where that came from. Hired a bunch of people, then got accused of using AI, which I did not, but I suppose AI kind of does look like those sci-fi kind of cheesy albums that I was going for. So I guess that's my fault for going that direction, but I was really happy with how everything turned out.
And you nailed it. I really did get the 70s prog vibe from it. And cool, I was thinking yes. That was the first thing that popped
Roger
in.
Dean. Yeah.
Yes, Roger Dean. Right? One of the Venture brothers was named after him.
Really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, that was my geek coming out there.
But your time frame was doubtful, so you mobilized the factory at full speed. Spit out constant product, overlooking vile conduct as you watch the imitators take their piece.
But yeah, a great album. Where did the name of the album come from?
It's a very early sci-fi book from the early 1900s called Last and First Men. It kind of goes through, he predicts the future, and especially in the 1900s, of course, he gets it a lot wrong, but he only gets the immediate future wrong, because then he has humans die off and it goes through the next evolutions of humans and where they end up, and then humans end up in like Neptune. That's kind of basically the planet people are at, and it ends with them going out to explore the universe, and that seemed to fit the themes, so that's where the title came from.
Word. Okay. That was nice.
It's from a novel. Yeah, our last one was too. Choice of Catastrophes was Isaac Asimov. So
yeah, you kind of strayed away from the old alien hypothesis.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. I've looked at the many other ones that could fit that naming structure, and I just don't like them as much. A lot of them have the words already hypothesis or theory in it, which we've already done. So I've looked at other ones. Well, maybe I could do this, but it's like, did that. Move on. Now I'm doing sci-fi books. Who knows if we do another, if I'll change that.
Yeah, just stay away from the L. Ron Hubbard. You don't want to the Scientologist jumping into that shit.
Dianetics is the name of our next album.
Hey, I'm sure that album will take off. That's actually kind of scary, because I'm sure you would sell millions of copies just based off of that.
Oh, I think the backlash would be a lot worse.
Oh, no, right. They would buy millions of copies of the vinyl to burn in the streets. It'll be like a Beatles thing where you can burn all my merchandise after you buy it.
It's like a interesting marketing idea, though. You got my wheels turning now.
Yeah.
The old adage, there's no such thing as bad publicity, or no publicity is bad publicity. I don't think that's true anymore. I think there's definitely bad publicity, and you don't want to get.
I'm just talking about moving units, do you guys know that what Negative Land did? It was like in the 90s or whatever. They named their album U2, so it said U2 on the album, and then it said their name, Negative Land, really small. When the record stores got the record, they thought it was a new U2 album, so they would file it under U2, and U2 fans would buy it, and then it would turn out to be this noisy, Negative Land record. But like that was kind of a genius move, It was like I kind of that's kind of its own performance art in and of itself, right? It's kind of great.
I know of Negative Land through that story, so I guess you're right. It worked.
I also had a Negative Land T-shirt when probably right around the time me and you started hanging out, and it said, "Christianity is stupid, give up." And I thought that was funny, and I was angsty, And I wore it out once, and then I got stopped by like multiple people, like, "Hey, can we talk? Like I respect your thing. Like, let's just talk." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is a mistake."
I'm not that edgy.
Yeah. I gave that shirt away to somebody, and I was like, "Good luck. It's a little bit cursed."
Like Carrot the dog, went deeper through the catalog, promoting faces hardly seen. It worked for a bit, but soon they all grew sick of it. The deconstruction of a team.
Let's see. It was the 10th. You guys released the first single, as well as the track list for this new album. The first single being "Keep Your Memory Alive."
You really do have those dates down, man.
Yeah, I made notes, man. I made notes.
Good, you came prepared. Yes, first single, "Keeping Your Memory Alive." It was probably one of the first songs we finished on this, or one of the first ones I had vocals for. We started this a while ago. And yeah. And then being one of the first released, also one of the first done. And
yeah, we recorded that one like almost like 9 months ago, or it's that one. That song in particular has been done a long time.
Word. I could tell you when the final mix is done, but I didn't make that in depth of notes.
Oh, because Rob sent you the MP or the waves with the dates on it of the final mix.
Yeah,
you can even tell us then what mix it is, like mix for this date. Or...
No, it just gives it just says final mix and has the date for the final mix. So I'm not that fancy. But I am fancy because I did get to hear it, and it was fucking phenomenal. It was phenomenal, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dreams into production. It's never getting older. We just got it growing close. It's gone,
Speaking of the mix, I want to get into the mix. Like, I noticed right off the bat, it was a lot more complex. There's a lot more going on than in any previous Tubbering release. Like you're getting really fancy with it.
On that song or the whole record, you mean?
No, I mean the whole thing in general, like from the get-go.
Yeah, well, I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, maybe. I mean, I guess I'm probably better at mixing these days than I was when we made our last one and the last one before that. And by the time we do our next one, I'll be even better, and so we'll be able to put in even more stuff.
Right. Yeah, the way you layered it, you even in some tracks you even separated some of the bass tones to where they'll pop off in one speaker, and then the next time through they'll pop off in the other one.
You got good ears. Yeah. That's fun. I think, it's because I mix professionally also, and it's I don't really get to do. You got to kind of like make safe mixes, for clients, and so it was kind of fun getting to play with the mix a bit, being there's no client to answer to in this case.
So all the liberties you wanted and you took advantage of.
Yeah, it's kind of make the mix its own instrument, Hopefully a little of that going on.
Oh yeah, you can definitely hear it. You can definitely hear it. It is next level. It is next level.
Thank you.
I can see why you're winning awards and whatnot.
Thanks. Yeah, it was fun. It was it's tough like being a part of the writing and then the producing and like we've been working on these songs for a while, and so you kind of like get too close to it at points, and then it was kind of fun going into the mix, and I got to kind of deconstruct everything and yeah, work it in new ways during the mix process, which was fun.
Word.
I'll sing Rob's praises for all of that. It was amazing. Like he was like conducting an orchestra. He had he was on the board doing all the mixing of the songs and doing all that, then bringing to violins, and he was conducting all that and horns, and it was amazing to watch. It did an amazing job.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And yeah, and he layered you over yourself quite nicely. Like I had a whole chorus of Kevin that was wonderful.
Well, I actually have to sing those lines to layer them. So
Oh, I'm fully aware. I'm fully aware. Good job, Kevin.
thank you.
That's probably like one of the trickiest things is when you've done it. I think you did it on the last album and not Before Our Time, and in this one on Trust in Man, or maybe Greenlight, or both.
Green light. Yeah, I know what you're gonna say.
You've got a lead, then you've got a lead that comes on top of that lead, then you got a third lead that's happening at the same time, and that's always like whenever I start one of those, like, okay, how do I do this?
I'll be honest with you. When I used to do that in the past, I would kind of make sure they didn't really fight each other, like that there were breaks, and now I'd just sing different lines and leave it up to you to figure out how to mix them.
It's cool. I mean, I don't really, if I'm gonna maybe pat ourselves over the back, I don't really hear anybody doing that. Like, I don't know that I've ever really heard that in music. Like, to some extent, yeah, but like you've kind of made it a motif of yours to do that, and it's kind of that's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Look at this, you guys all complimenting each other.
The output but your time frame was doubtful, so you mobilized the factory at full speed. Spit out constant product overlooking bioconduct as you watch the imitators take their piece.
So there's a nice lineup of musicians on this album. Like you listed a main band, basically: Mike, Patrick, Sean, Mark, and Matt. Like,
well, we'll go through everyone. Mike Gilmore has been, I wouldn't even say in and out of the band, just kind of a member since he was a member back in the 90s. He started. He went and did Hunab Ku, but he would fill in a lot, and he then kind of rejoined. He's just a songwriter, multi-instrumentalist now. So, and he plays drums. Since Secret Handshakes, both Patrick and Sean have been in the band. They toured with us on that. And Sean also plays drums and multi-instrumentalist. So
you didn't tour on Secret Handshake.
we did one tour, and Sean and Patrick were playing on it.
It was very small. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
only a handful of shows, I think.
Oh, I missed that one. Right, last I saw you was 2008.
We had one small tour, I think, in 2010. And that was that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Matt Finn. He was bass player for Hunab Ku, and Mark Vasquez, who bass player of Idea Man, like your shirt.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, I had to pull up. I am no longer the large that I used to be. I'm more of an XL now, so it's a little tight. But if I keep pulling it down, you won't notice. Except for the pulling down of said shirt. Plus, you had a nice ensemble of people that come in. You had an additional engineer, Mason.
He came with the frame. He's the guy at the studio, but it turned out really great. He was very on it. Yeah, he did some creative stuff for us too. We used like some of his pedals that he brought in. He was great. He's a good dude. I like him.
Word. You had two additional vocalists. You had Lisa and Justin come in and sing.
Yep, little spice here and there with a little different voice.
Word. And you can't skip Adam Stacy on that accordion. That's my homie right there. I love that dude.
I didn't know you guys knew each other. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I did a Snail Force interview when they dropped that Snail Force EP recently.
Yeah,
Which-
this album is like so much accordion. It's like the accordion album or something. It's like everywhere over the damn thing.
Yeah, I noticed that both the singles that you released so far do have that accordion in it. Keep Your Memory Alive and Green Light, am I correct?
Yeah, and there's more accordion on the album to go.
Love that shit. Love that shit. Gotta pardon my explicitness, right? I'm just excited. So I also noticed that there was a couple of songs that were previously on, well, weren't really released that, but did pop up. Heathens and Figure Eight, both from the Great Filter era.
Yeah, you know that's your fault, right?
Yes, I am aware, and I'm very proud of it. Very proud of it. Right. I even busted this out today because this is how I found Heathens to begin with. If you open it up, right here on this liner note, it gives you a website that says tubbering.com/the great shift. And if you went to that tubbering.com/the great shift, that's where you find Heathens.
After you solved a couple puzzles.
Oh yeah. Yes.
The good old days of the early internet, when you could make cool little ARGs like that on your website. Now everything is very homogenized, and it's Reddit or Facebook, if anybody goes there anymore, stuff like that. There's not it doesn't feel like the Wild West that it used to, which was fun.
Yeah. I tried to visit it again today, and it's not there, guys.
Long gone. I let my ownership of tubbering.com expire, and someone scooped it up, and they're selling it for I think like $20,000 or $40,000, something ridiculous. All right, guess we're not going to have tubbering.com anymore.
You should just start 321activate.com and only the true blue will know, you know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. And Figure Eight was the first track on the demo release that I didn't hear until the USB tubbering USB came out in 2017, right? 2017?
Probably, yeah.
It was
right.
like because I think it was the last time me and you talked. You said, "Hey, if you're making a new tubbing record, and if you were going to do 2 songs of your old stuff, you should do Heathens and Figure Eight." And like literally the next day, I got the demos of those ready. Like I was like, "Okay, yeah, why not?"
Well, those 2 songs were great. They were fucking great, and you can't even hunt down the original version of Heathens because the website's down. So
On YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right. The unofficial
Tubbering unofficial, yeah.
Yeah, totally put that up there.
It was really fun getting to record the strings for that one. That was like really a good time. Yeah, I'm gonna put some video up like on our Instagram and stuff.
Then one day, we just appeared. We started small and flourished.
Make notes. The Orchid Quartet.
Yeah. There are these like this quartet in Los Angeles, and I work with them on other projects and got them to work on this with us, which was really cool.
Yeah, and it worked out so well. I don't want to say they played it better than you back in the day, but they might have better than you.
Oh yeah, no doubt. They play for like Hans Zimmer and all sorts of like prestigious stuff. They're they're not messing around.
Word, word. And you also had a oh, what did it say? A brass group. I forgot to make notes of that one. Shit.
Yeah, the Hollywood Horns.
That was
they're
it.
like they're my session horn guys. I hire them for other stuff too, and then they played on Choice of Catastrophes, and yeah, they're awesome. They're totally great. Yeah, great dudes and just really good horn players. And yeah, we did a lot. We did all the horns for that whole record in like 3 hours or something. They're so good. It was crazy. And I mean, they play on like nearly every song. And I mean, we were prepared. We had the sheet. Patrick, our guitarist, was really good at getting the sheet music ready. But it's like they just sat down and it was so it was like I had hired them I think for like 5 hours and we were done in like 3.5. I was like, okay, I guess you could go home. Like, great job.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Skills.
Mhm.
So I
Didn't
got
mention you didn't mention with all the members, Turf. Jesse came in for a
Mhm.
song from SMB.
oh snap. I did
Yeah, he wrote one of the songs on there, the music for it.
the extra guitarist. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Leave the Planet Behind. It was cool to have Turf in there too.
Yeah. Look at me slacking, thinking I have everything under control. I got dates, but I'm leaving out people.
Hmm.
How dare me? Right? Shouldn't take me too long to edit because it is short and I didn't have too many questions.
So this will be out before the release.
Yes, this will be out before the release.
The next song will be out, I think, by the time then this airs. And I can tell you what it is. It's Heathens, because it'll already be out while this is airing.
Shit, yeah. What time? Like, so I should wait until it drops to release.
No. If you get it out before it, then you got the scoop.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I feel as if I got the scoop anyway. I mean, look at you guys.
We went the album.
Word. It's great, and it is a great album. I love the way it flows. You guys, the track list flows through really nicely. Like it almost feels too short to me. Like
Really?
it's
That's the one thing I'm concerned about is that, common thinking is that you should have like 12 to 13 songs. We got 16 and there's no like interludes or skits or anything. There's like 16 songs.
and
Maybe we should have put some skits.
maybe.
I hate
but-
skits on albums.
Sometimes they're fun. Have you ever heard of the band the Ghastly Ones? They're a goth
name.
surf. They're a goth surf band that do these little funny interludes in between tracks that are like Scooby Doo esque. Be like, oh, look at that haunted mansion on the hill. Let's check it out. It's fun. It's fun to put skits on sometimes.
I used to love the Infectious Grooves skits on their first. That my teenage self would just die laughing on those things. And my friends and I used to like do the lines to each other. Like, I don't even remember what they're saying. Like, how'd you get in the studio?
Yeah, see, that could be fun. It could be fun.
Yeah.
But it is a long album. It's like 49 minutes, but it's an engaging 49 minutes, and it doesn't seem like that much time has gone by.
Cool.
Is it I think it's our longest album, isn't it?
It's easily our longest.
Yes,
yeah.
Wow.
very much so. Because you're usually in the 36 to 42 range, if I'm
And you're saying
recalling
it's
correctly.
too short.
I know, right?
Months.
Look at me. I'm too excited about the new Tubbering. There's not enough of it. No. And it's plenty and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Like I said, it flows nicely and from beginning to end, from Confessions to Tall Trees. Great.
Wow.
Nice.
Thank you.
We
Well,
had
I think I'm very proud of it. I think we're both all of us. Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to say that it's my favorite album we've done as of now. I'm excited to get it out.
And it might be one of my favorite Tubbering albums so far too. Like, I want to say easily your best effort yet.
But didn't you say what is your favorite? That you said it's between that and something that surprised me.
I'm a Great Filter fan, and Zoo Hypotheses are my two favorites. But I
Oh.
also really love Super Sci-Fi Samurai Rockstar Ultra Turbo version 2.0.
That's funny. Deep cuts.
That's it. That album was great. That early, like, not the early Tubbering, but the early Rob Tubbering, like,
Is that got Uberwagon on it?
it
Right?
sure does. It
Yeah.
sure does.
Kevin's a
Opens.
prophet. He foresaw the coming of Uber, but like what, 20 years before it happened?
Yeah.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You should have.
It actually, I remember where the song title came from. I was driving and there was a station wagon next to me, big old giant station wagon, wood side paneling, and the license plate said Uber. All right, the Uber wagon. So that guy was
Wow.
actually the prophet.
Wow. Well, you recognized it as
Okay.
for what it was.
These are great. This is great stuff right here. This is great stuff right here.
But they just can't seem to give up on you yet. No, they just can't seem to give up on you yet.
So I don't know. It said track 99, and if it's not on there, I'm gonna cut this out. But Enemies and Friends.
Oh yeah, that's not on the album. That's going to be on whatever. Retire. It's going to be on the vinyl. That's going to be a vinyl only. For real. It couldn't fit because it's a long album. I know if you're going into that. So we couldn't fit all the tracks on it. So we had to cut a few for the vinyl, but we're going to add Enemies and Friends, and I'll be promoting that soon as I'm a little closer to actually having it in my hand. I might do a pre-order for it soon.
Word. So I should probably just cut this out to.
No, you could do it. We're gonna do vinyl. Everyone's always saying where's vinyl, so we're doing vinyl.
Yeah.
It's
So
expensive to do vinyl, like small presses. We're not out touring and selling things all the time, so give me a break. But we're
Plus,
getting
we've come to the kind of regretful conclusion that you have all these people online. It's like, where's the vinyl? Where's the vinyl? There's like, it's like 10 people shouting, where's the vinyl? Where's the vinyl? Wow, well, if there's 10 people shouting, where's the vinyl? There must be hundreds of orders that'll come in if we make vinyl. But no, there's just 10 orders that will come in. So unfortunately, that's something we've learned the hard way.
with the greatest hits, Polly. What was the name of that greatest hits album?
polyvinyl chloride.
Polyvinyl chloride. Yes, there we go.
That is what vinyl is made out of. That's where that title. Yeah. It used to be made out of shellac, which made me realize, that's where shellac got their name. That's pretty clever.
Word. That greatest hits had a great amalgamation of robot songs into one flowing awesomeness.
Yeah.
I had to edit those together. I forgot about that. That was fun.
Yeah, it was great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah.